Do you want to travel the world but don't want to spend a lot of money? Well, you're in the right place, my friend. Today we're talking about ways to study and work abroad, from volunteering to remote jobs. I'll tell you all. So make sure to watch this video till the very end if you want to explore the world. So let's get started. Let's start with the basics. The most common way to travel the world is to study abroad. You can either go to high school, you can get your degree like bachelor's or master's. If you don't want to commit long term, you can always take language courses, but we all know about this stuff. We've been on this channel for a while, we know everything about education. Let's move to the actual ways of traveling the world. First of all, we have exchange programs. Many universities and colleges offer this as a part of tuition. This is how it works. So basically you are a full-time student at a university, and the university says, hey, you can take a semester abroad, meaning you can go for a full term and study in another country. But please make sure that your university has this program before applying, because it's not something like, hey guys, I want to study in Germany next term. No, if your university or college has this agreement, then yes, you can go to another country and study there. But if not, well, you know what that means. An academic exchange is a perfect opportunity to immerse in a new culture, to explore a new country. If, let's say, you're still thinking where you want to live, where you want to study, you can be a student in Germany and then go to Portugal and study and see maybe Portugal is a better place for you. Let's not forget that studying abroad can be really beneficial for your future job search, for example, if you're planning to work in international companies or something connected with, global things, that might be really helpful. And of course, you will make new friends, you will travel, you will learn more about other countries. This is just the best. If you're young, if you're a student, take this opportunity. But if you're more interested in working, then work and study programs are for you. These programs are made specifically for people who want to get both education and work experience in another country. For example, countries like Canada or Ireland, they offer programs like that. So basically you come to, let's say, Canada, you study for X amount of weeks, and then you gotta work for the same amount of weeks, gaining that international experience. These programs are normally cheaper than, let's say, full-time studies in Canada. However, these work and study programs, they do not offer a post-graduation work permit. So if you're planning to, let's say, come to Canada, take this program, work, gain experience, and then stay in Canada, well, the thing is, it's not possible because those programs are made for young professionals who need that knowledge and work experience to take back to their countries. If you are still a student and you kind of want to travel the world but you're on a budget, the next one is for you, and it's called the work and travel programs. Work and travel pretty much is what it sounds like. You work and then you travel. The most popular destination is, of course, the USA. I've personally participated in those programs twice. So basically you work for a designated period of time in jobs like hospitality, tourism, agriculture. You learn more about life in States, for example. You get work experience, and then at the end of the program you might have some time and you can spend your money on traveling the USA. As I've mentioned before, I've participated in Work and Travel USA twice. First time I was in a small city in North Carolina, and the next time I was like, you know what, your girl is going to New York City. So I went to New York City. It was amazing. I didn't make much money, I would say nothing, but I know people who made money, they brought it back home, and they fully covered all the expenses associated with this program. To participate in this program, you need to be a full-time student. That is important. You need to be between 18 and 30 years old and speak good English, because how are you gonna work in States if you don't speak English? If you don't want to go that far to America, you can always go to Europe, and there are programs like au pair available to you. But please bear in mind that au pair is basically a program for working with children, as a nanny, as a caregiver. So if you don't want to work with children, go to States. If you're okay with being a nanny for a kid to live in a family, then au pair might be a better fit for you. So here's how it works. The participants are matched with the family, responsible for providing services to the family, meaning taking care of the child, babysitting, housework, taking kids to, activities, things like that. You will have all the list when you sign up for the program, they'll tell you everything. In exchange, you're not paying anything for your accommodation, sometimes for food, so you live with the family. The family will feed you, they will take care of you. But in those two programs, you will be still responsible for paying for your own tickets, If you need like hotels to stay at, you'll be paying for your hotels. But if you have no money and you still want to travel the world, volunteering. I've talked about volunteering in Canada, but this thing is a little bit different because some organizations, some companies, they're searching for volunteers to come and help them. For example, I know people go to France during summertime or like during the harvest time when they have lots of grapes, they need to like process everything. That's when the organizations will need those volunteers. Again, the range of the jobs available is just like you can find pretty much everything from like healthcare, taking care of children, taking care of pets, farming, agriculture, like you name it. In most of the cases, everything will be covered for you. The only one thing that you will need to buy will be your plane tickets and visas. If you need a visa, you will need to take care of it yourself. I think volunteering is a great way to gain some experience, to meet some people. If, for example, the company, the organization likes you, you can come next year. Or maybe in the future they'll be like, hey, do you want to work for us? I mean, traveling the world, getting experience, meeting new people, not paying anything, that is amazing. But if you don't want to study anymore, you're not a student, you're like, you know what, done. You can always find an internship that will be suitable for you. Many companies offer internships for either currently enrolled students or for recent graduates. These internships will give you an amazing opportunity to get work experience, to start your career if you're just starting out, to network, to meet new people. There are multiple websites where you can find internships like Go Abroad or Intern Abroad, but I would honestly say check LinkedIn and check companies' websites. For example, Google, I know they have a lot of internships available, and if you go to the job section on the website, you'll find them all. And if you're looking for an internship, don't forget to update your resume, your cover letter. I have videos about that. I'll leave it in the description box down below so you can watch it after. And if you are a native English speaker or fluent, you can always go abroad and teach English. Many countries, for example, in Asia, they have a high demand for English teachers. I know many people who go there who teach English to kids in like kindergartens and schools. And I mean, if you've always wanted to go explore, for example, Asia, that's your chance to shine. But it is worth noting that employers prefer candidates with A, higher education, B, with some sort of certifications. For example, if you're planning to teach abroad, you will need a TESOL certificate or TEFL or any other equivalent. Teaching English abroad can be a life-changing experience. I know people who went there for like, you know, I'm gonna teach English for one term and stayed in Asia. They loved it. They would like tell their friends, come teach with me. It's amazing. So if you want to teach languages, if you want to teach English to non-English speakers, this opportunity was made for you. With the rise of the remote work, it's becoming easier and easier to just go to another country and work from there. If you have a remote job, congrats. I mean, I really hope we all gonna get there at some point because who needs an office, right? But also, working remotely means you can explore the world, you can go to other countries, you can meet other people. Many countries have introduced digital nomad visa where you can come to a country, stay there, work, for example, Portugal, Spain, I think Costa Rica, Bali, like pretty much if you Google countries that offer digital nomad visa or some kind of remote worker visa, you'll have a full list of them. I feel like now there are so many opportunities to travel the world and not spend a lot of money. Yes, higher education is valuable, but also it costs so much money. I mean, that's cool to study abroad, but you need to be financially responsible in this world. I think this is it for today. If you guys liked this video, you found it helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions left, let me know in the comments and I'll see you next week. Bye!